Hey everyone, and welcome to TopThink. Today we'll learn why empathy is the most attractive trait. Now, let's begin. Over the years, many studies have examined the most attractive personality traits. Most of these traits wouldn't surprise you. Qualities like confidence, intelligence, and sense of humor frequently rank in the top 5. Now, these are some of the first things people look for in a potential partner, especially someone they want to be in a relationship with. While these qualities are undoubtedly important, there's another desirable trait that often gets overlooked. It may not appear on many rankings and lists, and it may not be glorified by TV or social media. But this trait is probably the most attractive and important quality a person can have. The quality we're talking about is empathy. Simply put, empathy is our ability to understand the feelings of others and walk a mile in someone else's shoes. Empathy helps us socialize and converse with other people. It allows us to understand stories and to sympathize with those in need. Empathy is why you smile with your friends or you celebrate with the people you love. Without empathy, we wouldn't interact with or connect with people like we do every day. But what makes empathy the most attractive trait? Why do empathetic people attract attention from potential partners? Well, you may not realize it, but empathy is the social and psychological foundation of any human relationship. Empathy is not always something that you can see on the surface, but the manifestations of empathy, like trust and respect and compassion, well, those are what we value most in others and ourselves. For example, empathy is how we connect with people on a deeper level. Many attractive people have a special knack for seeing others as they want to be seen. They develop special bonds by understanding our perspectives and sharing our feelings. When two people create this kind of bond, attraction often follows. In other words, we're drawn to people who get us in a way that no one else does. We feel safe with these people, and we feel seen and appreciated. We can be our authentic selves around them, which makes us feel happy and loved. But all these things require empathy. By seeing the world through your eyes, people can understand your point of view and bond with you at a deeper level. Empathy creates depth in relationships, but that's not the only reason that empathy is attractive. You may find a highly empathetic person attractive even if you know nothing about them. Even if you don't share a special connection, we can easily recognize good, empathetic people by watching how they interact with the world around them. For example, a highly empathetic person may spend their time helping others. They may demonstrate compassion for the less fortunate or dedicate hours to aiding a friend in need. This is known as pro-social behavior, and it's one of the many ways empathy manifests in our lives. We do good things for people because we feel their pain and we sympathize with their problems. It makes us happy to make them happy, even if that means inconveniencing ourselves. This kind of behavior demonstrates altruism or a selfless concern for the well-being of other people. However, we can't be altruistic without empathizing with others and wanting to ease their suffering. Relationships work in the same way, which is yet another reason that empathy is such an attractive quality. Partners depend on each other to recognize and value their needs. For example, a good partner is willing to set their interests aside and help you through a difficult situation. And they probably hope that you would do the same for them. This meaningful exchange of loving, selfless behavior cultivates trust and reliability among friends or partners. As a result, we're attracted to people who will stand by our side. We want someone who will empathize with our struggles and cooperate to make the relationship as good as it can be. Now, you may not always think about these things when selecting a potential partner, but it's these empathetic qualities that make certain people seem like partner material. Selflessness is a wonderful quality and something that we find attractive. But altruism isn't the only way that empathy manifests in our behavior. Just think about the most obviously attractive qualities. For many people, positivity ranks among the most desirable attributes a person can have. In other words, we're very attracted to people who bring happiness and gratitude into our lives. These people brighten every moment, lifting our moods and giving us the confidence to be ourselves. We love spending time with positive, happy people because, well, they make our lives better. They can transform a boring situation into a memorable experience that we love and cherish. Now, it may not surprise you to learn that empathy and positivity often go hand in hand. One study found that regardless of age or gender, empathy was associated with greater well-being and a more positive outlook. For the most part, empathetic people tend to bring happiness and meaning into our lives. They may care more about their communities, express gratitude for simple things, and grasp the value of their relationships. Just like we're attracted to happy, uplifting people, we're drawn to the most empathetic people too. Now, everything we've discussed is important for attracting partners and building relationships. These are all reasons why we value empathetic people as friends and partners, but there's one major concept that we haven't mentioned. That concept is trust. Without empathy, it isn't easy to build trust with another person. Trustworthiness and reliability are two qualities almost always associated with great romantic partners, and there's a reason why that's true. Every lasting relationship needs these things to survive and grow, so they're often qualities that we look for in potential partners. We want someone who values our time and resources. We want them to respect our privacy, as we intend to respect theirs. And most importantly, we want someone that we can trust with our deepest feelings and vulnerabilities. Just imagine that you tell your partner a highly personal secret. Now, if your partner's unempathetic, then they might spread that secret to others for entertainment or personal gain. On the other hand, a genuinely empathetic partner understands what your secrets mean to you. They understand why sharing your secret may be hurtful or uncomfortable, so they work hard to defend your privacy and to keep your private information to themselves. This kind of empathetic behavior builds trust among friends and especially romantic partners. Empathetic people will always preserve your trust in them because they know how painful it is to be deceived. We've talked about how empathy changes your interactions and connections with others. That alone makes it a desirable trait, but empathy also changes your relationship with yourself. Empathetic people excel at things like self-improvement and personal growth, which ultimately create confidence and high self-esteem. In other words, empathy brings out the best in others and in you. It helps you grow as an individual, granting a deeper understanding of who you are, what you're feeling, and what problems may be standing in your way. Many people talk about self-improvement as a forceful grind where you suppress your desires and pursue external goals with relentless enthusiasm. While it's important to find purpose and achieve goals, these things don't mean as much unless you're also growing as a person. Often, growth requires you to face difficult obstacles and to resolve deep emotional problems. To do that, you must develop emotional intelligence. That's your capacity to manage and to interpret your feelings. Empathetic people are, by and large, some of the most emotionally intelligent individuals out there. They can easily talk about and identify their feelings because they're commonly in tune with the emotions of others. Just as emotional intelligence helps you understand others, it also deepens your understanding of yourself. It allows you to explore and express the depth of your emotions, revealing new aspects of your personality. Few things are more attractive than someone who truly knows who they are, so it may not surprise you to learn that emotional intelligence makes you more attractive. A recent study found that women significantly prefer emotionally intelligent men over men who struggle to express their feelings. Well, why? Well, because emotionally intelligent men can think through their actions more clearly and understand how they might impact the people around them. In other words, they can see things from others' perspectives. They're also able to control and express their emotions in healthier ways. They can deal with their emotions calmly and constructively instead of pushing down their feelings or blaming others. This leads to better communication skills and a more positive relationship across the board. When it comes down to it, these are the things that almost everyone wants in a potential partner. So, how do you demonstrate empathy? How might you show potential partners that you're compassionate and emotionally intelligent? Communicating empathy is a lot easier than most people realize. Most of the time, all you need to do is sit back, open your ears, and listen to the people around you. It may not surprise you that empathetic people listen first as a rule. Why? Because they care about what others have to say. They put in the time and effort to think through other people's ideas, and they try to see the world from their point of view. That may mean asking people detailed, open-ended questions about their lives. It may mean listening to their stories and celebrating their accomplishments. These demonstrations of empathy make people feel heard and appreciated, and that makes you seem all the more desirable. In addition to the examples in this video, there are many more ways to build and communicate empathy. For instance, getting out of your comfort zone can be a great way to gain perspective. You might also practice mindfulness or become more involved with your community. All these things can make you a more empathetic person, but it's important to remember one thing. Empathy is valuable because it's genuine and authentic. In other words, if you only pretend to be empathetic to make better impressions, people will see right through you. On the other hand, if you really do care about people and you want to walk a mile in their shoes, then you may have the most attractive quality of them all. Thank you for watching TopThink, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.